Hello everybody, we continue with the Tikkun 21, Tikkun 21, Kaf Aleph, and we are continuing with the last verse was Mem Tet, so we are in the middle of it, and this part is the end. It seems a little bit complicated, so do the best you can to listen to it, and also read it yourself if you have the Malot Sulam, because it's a profound section. וזה אמרו בגינדה שעלתה מלכות לבינה, as we know, מלכות going up to בינה, always remember, מלכות going up to בינה, it's called צמצום ב', or you can call it קטנות, because the reason we call it קטנות, because when מלכות go up, wherever מלכות go to it's become the קומה, it become the size of the קומה, and for that reason, when מלכות go up, it's been כתר חומה מלכות, it's the new ending right now. השתלת אסקה מן א', הרומזת היוד הראשונה של האלף. So every time we're talking about צמצום ב', we're looking into the letter Aleph, because the letter Aleph represents the upper yud is כתר חוכמה, the kav that we see, the line that we see, diagonal line, is the malchut that went up, and below that the lower yud is basically בינה, זר אנפין המלכות שיצאו לחוץ. It came to the out based on whatever in צמצום ב'. שעושות כתר חוכמה וקו ימין שבה. So we are now, look at the Aleph, the upper yud is kav yamin. Why does he call it kav yamin? How has it become kav yamin small? Because there is no ending there. The end cannot take a place in the level of where there is chasadim, where there is keter chokhmah. It can only happen where there is beshichat chokhmah, wherever there is desire to receive, which is below the level of malchut. That's why they come out. So now we look at it, כתר חוכמה is קו ימין שבה, מנזר שבאורות הטעמים צרת צורת האותיות, בכלל בטנטה. So until now we are addressing it from a letter point of view. There is 4 addressing into understanding the wisdom in this sense. We call it tanta. Tanta is טעמים, נקודות, תגים ואותיות. We studied in Tikkun 18 and before that as well. So we have to look at it. I mean, you can call it also חוכמה, בינה, זר אנפין מלכות. You can also call it אצילות, בריאה, יצירה ועשייה. But from the טעמים point of view, we are looking at it as תנטה. טעמים, נקודות, תגין ואותיות. That's why in our Torah הקדושה, we only have the תגין ואותיות, which is only the lower level. The אותיות is the malchut, and the tagin is ze'er anpin. Even in Tikkunei Zohar, a lot of time we skip tagin, and you only say ta'amim nekudot and otiyot, and then include tagin within it. Because tagin is basically nitzotzot that was there from before. I cannot go into it. Please listen to my other lecture and go through that. I know it's difficult sometimes, the words, but as with the time, when you listen to it again and again, the words stay with you. After all, the whole study of Baal HaSulam and Malot HaSulam, which is Rabban, was only about teaching us the new language of Rabbi Isaac Lurie and Rabbi Chaim Vital, which is Sfat HaAnafim. Everything has anaf v'shorosh, everything has a root and meaning of the roots. The roots is what's the meaning of it in the upper world, and the anafim, or the branches of the fruit, is how we read it in this world. So for that reason, we need to have that safa clear to us. It's a language. For that reason, in Kabbalah, there is two aspects: memory, memorize the language, and understanding, is understanding how this operation takes place. So until now, we learn this system from otiyot. Now he's going to mention it from tagin, from te'amim. And te'amim is at a level of chokhmah because it's the first. So we're using the zarka. Those of you who don't know te'amim, it's not a problem. It's zarka look like almost like the letter S on top of the letter. It's usually always, whenever you have zarka, right after that you have sgolta. Sgolta or segol, some Ashkenazi, Sfardim, they call it segol or sgolta. Sgolta is a 3 dot that you have 2 dot below and 1 dot above. Segol, which is the nekudot, below the letter, is 2 dot and the middle dot below. So make sure you memorize that for the continuation of the explanation. Min tamim kanuda, ki kol echad mitanta kol mitanta. And we know that like in Chokhmah, Binah, Zer Anpin, Malchut, so you have Malchut of Chokhmah, but you also have Chokhmah of Malchut. Everything is included with everything, almost like a 16th system. Okay, so just keep it in mind. You can read more about it. It's in Etz HaChaim, the Sha'ar of Tanta, Sha'ar of the טעמים, נקודות, תגים ואותיות. ויש צורת א', מצוירת כולה מטעמים של זרקה. There is a way that you can look at the Aleph, it will look like טעמים. It look like טעמים. Now what does that mean it look like טעמים? If you take one zarka, which look like that, and you put another zarka, graphically it can also look like Aleph, if you think about it, those of you who know how to write the letter Aleph. והטבעת העליונה של הזרקה הוא סוד יהודה העליונה של האלף. When you look at the טבעת העליונה, when you look at the curve of the zarka, the טעם of zarka, is like the yud העליונה של האלף, of the letter Aleph, which is קו ימין, like we say before, it's right column. לקבלה על האב נקרא דאי טיפה, סוד הפירה של הערת הזיווג, that this receive the הערת הזיווג, the light that comes from the zivug, it's called tipa, the drop from the zivug, from the connection, from the intercourse of the upper chokhmah ובina, the adam kadmon. The adam kadmon. We remember, adam kadmon, המורידה את המלכות למקומה ובינה ותום שירדו. Every time you hear chokhmah ובina are connecting in adam kadmon, when they have panim bepanim, immediately the malchut that went up is going to go down. Because the Chokhmah and Binah, when there is interaction between them, why will Binah go to Chokhmah? To get the Chokhmah, basically for Malchut. And Malchut cannot receive it at that stage. It has to go down, the procedure starts all over again. It's always going up and going down. So that's what you need to remember. Again, טיפה של הערת הזיווג דחוכמה ובינה, sometimes is calling it אף סג דאדם קדמון. דחוכמה בינה דאק, המורידה את המלכות למקומה, ובינה ותום שירדו. חזרו ועלו והתחברו עם קטע וחוכמה על ידי הקו האמצעי של האלף. How is that system taking place? Ask Rabbi Yehuda Tzvi Bradman. It happened with the line of the Aleph. The line of the Aleph is basically, in one way it indicates the Malchut went up, in another way it indicates almost like the letter Vav, or you should call it Kav Emtzai, the middle point, or the center column. Emtzai is, in Hebrew it's beautiful because Emtzai is not just center column, it also means be'emtzauto. Through that we can union the two columns. So when Malchut go down to where it was, then Binah and Zerampin go back also to where they were before. So when Malchut go down. How would that happen? Chokhmah ובינah in Ak are becoming one. ואחר שנעשה תיקון לקבלת המוחין לפנים בפנים המפורש להלן, אז ומיד וישקע את כל בני האדמה. Immediately when חוכמה and בינה are פנים בפנים, they are face to face, and מלכות is going back to normal, then כתוב, it's written, וישקע כל פני האדמה, is nourishing with water all the land. כי האדמה הוא סוד מלכות, we know land meaning מלכות. ופני האדמה הם המוחין לפנים. And when it say that the Hashem nourished the water into the land. What is being nourished? The face of the land. You can say the land. Why does it have to be face? Because it's called zivug de panim, or mochin de panim. Mochin de panim, we know we have mochin de achor and mochin de panim. If you are talking about panim, for the word plimi, the internal part of the cup, receiving more. Achor of the cup is less desire. So just keep it in your mind. But this is the introduction. And he said to us, Ramban said to us, Be'od Bemchet, it's already been translated. So we did it already last week, that we spoke about Bemchet, so you should listen to it. מפרש סדר עליית המלכות לבינה, he spoke about all the details. וסדר המשכת המוחין לבניין הנוקבה, יותר בפרטות, to explain it in more details, how the nukva been built. What is the nukva? The nukva means the vessel. The vessel. But when you say nukva, usually it's related to the nukva of Zeranpin, which is more the vessel in Atzilut. So how is that been built? I mean, after all, what happened with the Nekudim, everything broken, Bia, how do we build it? That's really what the discussion. כי בכל יום ויום, every day, בכוונות התפילה, when you do meditate on your pray, when you do כוונה on the תפילה, you know, every ברכה in עמידה has different נקודות. Right, you have Segol, you have Patach. Based on the Nekudot, it's corresponding to Sfirot. When you get to Sim Shalom, you get Yesodot. Like it's in Tikkun 18 of Tikkunei Zohar. Tikkun of the Yesodot, that's why you have Vav and then Nekuda. And that's to conclude the entire Tfilat Shmona Esrei. Because that's the 18 blessing, 9 from here and 9 from here. That's conclude everything. That's why in Sim Shalom, That's everything is there. That's what the manifestation of everything there. So זה בכוונות תפילה צריכים להמשיך מוחין ולבנות הנוקבה. What are you doing when you pray every morning? You are building the nukva, you are building the vessel. That's why you have to build the right vessel. You cannot build the vessel of tum'ah. That's why you're binding the tefillin on the left arm, not right arm, even if you're lefty. Please, all the rabbi, you listen to my lecture, challenge me, please. I know Shulchan Aruch say it, and you take it from Yado HaKe'ah. Please, Yado HaKe'ah written in the Gemara with Kaf, hey, not Kuf, hey. Please, if you want to join me on that challenge, to help me with that, those of you who are Baki Ba'alacha, please help me to find the truth halacha about that. And maybe we can change it to all Jewish people to start putting the tefillin on the left arm. Yado HaKe'ah is Ke'eh. ועיני יצחק, the eyes of Yitzchak become blind, כאו, with kaf. And we know Yitzchak is the left column is גבורה, גבורה is what you're binding the tefillin with it. That's why you know that Avraham is binding Isaac. That's what we do every morning when we put the tefillin. But again, I'm one person, I cannot go or do yeshivot and tell them, please think about the הנחת התפילין. כי בכל יום ויום בכוונות התפילה צריכים להמשיך מוחין ולבנות הנוקבה דזר אנפין מחדש. Every day we have to go ahead and build the nukva of זר אנפין. The nukva of זר אנפין. מחדש, again, בסוד מה שאמרו חז"ל, what חז"ל told us, שבכל יום חוזרת להיות בתולה ואיש לא ידע. As we understand, the nukva is becoming every day בתולה, every day she become virgin again, ואיש לא ידע, and no man know her. Of course, we don't talk about women, we talk about the nukva, the female aspect of זר אנפין. בסדר הבניין הוא, how do we build the nukva? שצריכים להמשיך שני מיני מוחין. We have to draw two type of light to the nukva. שהם עיבור יניקה מוחין דאחור, עיבור meaning pregnancy in a way, or עיבור, pregnancy, יניקה mean breastfeeding, מוחין דאחור, light from the back. Again, we're not talking about physical thing, I hope you know. And then ibur yinika, pregnancy and breastfeeding, mochin the panim, livelihood and life and light of the face. What does ibur mean? Ibur pirusho mochin the nai. Where is the ubar? Where is the fetus? It's in the mother womb. What's that mean? That's called nahi. That's more close to the leg and the sexual organ. So it's called netzach od v'yesod of the lower. So it's called עיבור פירושו מוחין דנאי. מוחין דנאי. יניקה פירושו מוחין דחגת. Where is the breastfeeding? In the upper part. So it's called חגת. Or תפארת. תפארת is where the breastfeeding is. So it's called חגת. So יניקה, לינוק, פירושו מוחין דחגת. There's light that comes from חגת. מוחין, what does מוחין mean by itself? פירושן מוחין דחב"ד. Mochin, where does the mochin come? Where does the light come? From Chabad. מתחילה מקבלת מוחין, על ידי מוחין בבחינת אחוריים דזר אנפין. In the beginning, the malchut, not the malchut, the nukva, is receiving mochin from, or as, אחוריים דזר אנפין, אחוריים דזר אנפין, ובקומה שווה עד הכתר, and they are equal till the כתר, ואחר כך יש לכוון להמשיך להגיב אל הבחינות, and then after that we have to think and meditate to draw three aspects על ידי מוחין דפנים, to get the light of פנים, to get the light of what we call from the front, from the face, הבאים לה על ידי בניין אבא ואמא. So we learn now two type of light. First, we're getting the light. In the beginning, we're getting the light. Is it say, מתחילה כאן מוחין, על ידי מוחין, מבחינת אחוריים לזר אנפין, because she's back to זר אנפין in the beginning, like ראש השנה, ובקומה שווה עד הכתר, that's why it's called ראש השנה, okay, ראש, ואחר כך יש לכוון להמשיך להגיע אל הבחינות, and then we have to bring the three other level, okay, meaning it's no longer כתר, ברוך אתה אדוני בכל המשל כולם לא. על ידי מוחין די פנים הבאים לה על ידי בניין אבא ואמא. That it's coming after the כתר, it's coming now from אבא ואמא. וזה אמרו, and that's what it say, כת סליקת, שהיא עולה לקבל המוחין, she's going to receive the מוחין dose light, סליקת באמא. Where is it going? Going to אמא. עד הבינה. Why is it going to אמא עד הבינה? What's special about בינה that she go there? שהיא הכתר לזון יחד. Remember now, זכר ונוקבה is together. So what does that mean? בסוד שני מלאכים שמשתמשים בכתר אחד. Remember the argument about the sun and the moon, midrash, and it's much deeper than a midrash. It's totally deep Kabbalah meaning. What does that mean? Why Wednesday? מאורות, מערות, מהרה מן כללה. But I teach it 1,000 times, I cannot repeat it now. שהיא הכתר לזון יחד, because אמא, which is בינה, she's become the crown for the זכר ונקבה. And then they fighting, or I shouldn't say fighting, they are different about who they are, and that's what it is. בסוד שני מלאכים משתמשים בכתר אחד. Two kings using the same crown, meaning זכר ונוקבה, using both the same crown. דהי א' מן עדני. So where is the bina? How the bina come into expression in writing? The bina come to expression in writing. If you write the word Adonai, Aleph Dalet Nun Yud, okay, as we study in Pasuk Memchet, the Aleph of Adni, we say is Ekeye, if you remember last week. The Aleph of Adni is Ekeye. Why, מה זה אומר? מה נפקא מינה? What's the purpose of Aleph of Adni is Ekeye? כי בשם Adni, if you take the word Adni, יש צירוף Aleph Din. Is the word is Aleph Din. Because if you look at the letter Aleph, okay, Aleph is Ekeye, is more Rachamim, it's more Binah, and then you have Din, the judgment. Okay, the judgment. Now, it's, by the way, this is a good kavanah for those of you who are going to eat in Pesach, the maror. Always meditate on Aleph and Din. Because the Aleph is, if you take the Aleph, you cut it in the middle, you have Yud Vav in top and Yud Vav below, 16 teeth up, 16 teeth down. And the Din is the Din of the maror, that you are chewing it. If you want to know more about it, or need our Agadah, there is Agadah with this kavanah that I built with my children. Again, it's not for everybody, it's for people who want to do kavanot. So we can have it, to give it to you if you need. כי בשם עדני יש צירוף א' ודין, אשר א' רומזת על רחמי הבינה. Because Aleph is the רחמי הבינה, that's why it say אקיה, הממתקת את הדין של המלכות. And the din that left is sweet the judgment of the מלכות. וביחד נעשה צירוף של שם עדני. Now you know at least the name עדני, every time you say the word עדני. ואומר שהיא עולה, it say that it's going up on the center column, which is Vav. כי היא עולה עד מלכות, דאבא ואמא אילאין. So, it say that it's going up all the way to Abba ואמא, meaning father and mother, אילאין. Remember, we talk about Atzilut. In Atzilut, you have the Nukva, you have the Zeranpin, you have Abba ואמא, you have Arichanpin, you have Atika. I mean, there's many details there. Depends if you talk about Israel Sabo Dvuna. But here is related to the Vav, כי עולה עד מלכות דאבא ואמא, אילאין, בסוד י' שהיא מלכות. So where is the מלכות going up to? It's going up to אבא ואמא אילאין. ונכנסת לאור. The code in word is that you take the word or, so try to think of or is אבא ואמא אילאין, and you put the yud inside. What do you get? From or it becomes avir. So when you say the word avir, meaning it means that yud, which is malchut. Why is yud malchut? Because yud is like nekuda imtzait that you study in Tas. All the time we talk about middle point is malchut. So the middle point look like one dot. The way you write yud is like a dot. The yud. שעל ידי זה נעשה אור לאוויר, ואז היא בסוד הכתוב אשת חיל, עטרת בעלה. So remember, and then the malchut become אשת חיל, עטרת בעלה. עטרת, what is עטרת? עטרה, those of you who know the law of ברית מילה, עטרה meaning something that's surrounding you. והיא כריכה בי כאסקה באצבע, it's like a ring around the finger. כי בתחילת תיקונה של הנוקבה, in the beginning of the תיקון of the נוקבה, הנפרדת לזעיר אנפין, we know in the beginning, the מלכות, before the תיקון, before the whole separation, tzimtzumim and so on and so on, I'm sure you're familiar with what I'm talking about, the The nukva is separate from זעיר אנפין, it's not one. חיבר אותה המאציל עם הנוקבה שבגופה דזעיר אנפין. השם, מאציל, the emanator, put the nukva, one with זעיר אנפין, שהוא סוד הצד השמאלי שבו, and that's become the left column. ונעשו שתיים לנוקבה אחת לזעיר אנפין. So the nukva that been separated, and the nukva of זעיר אנפין, become one within the nukva of זעיר אנפין. וכשנמשכו להם המוחין לימין ושמאל, when they start drawing מוחין, livelihood, light, from בינה, remember, from בינה, because כתר אחד לשניהם, one כתר to two of them. מוחין לימין ושמאל מבינה, לקח זעיר אנפין שהוא סוד הימין שבו, זעיר אנפין start drawing from בינה the right column, את אורות הימין לבינה, the light come from the right column, ונוקבה נפרדת לקחה אורות לכף שמאל לבינה כמו הנוקבה שבגופות הדרפין. And the separate nukva, similar to the nukva that attached to זעיר אנפין, took the left column. מחמת שנתחברה עימה לנוקבה אחת. And then, because it become one union with the nukva of זעיר אנפין, it's the same. וסלקית בדלת מן עדני. You want to know where you find it in the name Adonai? You find it in the letter dalet. That's the dalet. דלה ועניה, right? דלה ועניה, nukva. Right? דלה ועניה. That's all idea of giving tzedakah. In Rosh Chodesh Adar, it's coming soon. And it's Purim, make sure you have cash. Take with you $100, break it down to $1, and make sure whoever asks you after Rosh Chodesh Adar for money, you gotta give. Even if you know the person is not the greatest, you gotta give something. It's a test, because we know that Yesod, the Abba, has been extended specifically on the day of Purim. Remember, do not forget. Day of Purim, you check for everybody who wants tzedakah from you, because you never know where is the extension of Yesod, the Abba is going. So make sure that on the day of Purim, get prepared now, go to the bank, make like $200 into singles and make sure it's everywhere. And just start giving it. It's very, very important in this time. B'dalet bin Adni, so why Dalet? What is also the Dalet represent? The union trin, it says it's two. What is the two? Dru'in v'trin shukin. You have two hand and two leg. Dainu komat na'i, which is, remember what we say about the ibur, the pregnancy is happening in the belly button, which is the area of nahi, שעושות עיבור, כל הדיבור, ונצח ועוד כל גם יסוד, and it's include יסוד, because whenever you have נצח ועוד, you have יסוד. The center column is always include whenever there is two column. That's the three column system. The קומת יניקה, and the breastfeeding level, which is חסד וגבורה, תפארת כלול עמהם. It's also חגת. עד הסליק לאות יוד. So this system, Dalet, I mean, you can look at Dalet as 4 in Gematria, 2 hand, 2 leg is 4, 2, or you can look at that as 2 system, or you can look at it graphically, that the Dalet look like 2 arm or 2 leg, depends how you want to look at it. All right? So, and you know, the Dalet, if you don't have the Dalet with the chupchik on top, like there is a little extension on the going side, it will look like Resh. It's funny because Resh and Dalet is both letter that represent poorness. Resh is from Rish, Rish meaning Rash, somebody with no money, and Dal, also no money. It's very interesting, but they are very different. Because if you say Elokim Acherim, Aleph Chet Resh, this is without the chupchik of the Dalet. That's Baya, that's Baya, this is no 3 column. So that's Acherim, that's Avodah Zarah. But if you say Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad, Aleph Chet Dalet. So the only difference between Acher, which is Avodah Zarah, to Echad is this little chupchik. We need to understand what this little thing means. וקומה ניקה שעושות חסד גבוהה תפארת כולו למהם, עד הסליק לאות יוד, that's the yud, that's the little thing, דהיינו פרצוף חב"ד שהוא סוד המוחין. Remember we say that there is 2 aspects of light, we said before, נאי of the נאי represent the אחור of זעיר אנפין, and the חגת is the פנים, and the light come from חב"ד. So I say, דבר לאט לאט, כי אבא יסד בארתה, וכל גילוי החוכמה היא רק במלכות. So this all light of Chabad, the Mochin of Chabad, is coming right now when you have these 2 systems established. And where is the Or the Chokhmah go to? It's only going to Malchut. The whole system cannot be manifest without Malchut. The whole light of wisdom, even is not allowed to touch Malchut, because it's forbidden after Tzimtzum Aleph, still, that's the purpose, that's the goal. The goal is for the light to be revealed. The goal is Tchiyat HaBetim, all that, but because we don't know how, the goal is Binyan Bet HaMikdash. So what is Tchiyat HaBetim? When you are, as Rav Ashlag said, when you are able to diminish this body, the body of the Klippa, and turn it into body of Dusha. Some tzaddikim were able to do it while they are alive, to replace the body. But that's why, without wanting nothing for themselves. How do you get there? I heard it from Rabbi Michael Maor, who heard it from Rabbi Avram Brandwein, who was the son of Rabbi Utatzvi Brandwein. So I guess he heard it from his father, and he also heard it from Rabbi Baruch Ashlag, the son of Rabbi Ashlag, that the true essence of getting to train the body is not to start something, then stop, and then you say, wow, I'm doing, I'm capable to say no to myself. That's not considered no. The no has to be before. So let's say if you have meal, you have to not to eat the meal, and then when you're ready to receive, now you receive it without joy. That's the real avodah. So I never heard it. I just heard it last night. We're doing Shiur Laila. So it's a beautiful concept, because most people say, I will start eating the meal and then I will stop. No. You cannot eat nothing. I mean, I don't want you to fast here. I don't want you to take me literally. I mean, some people say, I will have ego for 1 hour and then I will stop. No ego at all. And then if you feel you want to do it for the sake of sharing, okay, I will receive the compliment. מאוד חשוב להבין what Rabbi Michael Baruch say in the name of Rabbi Avram Brandwein, who heard it from his father Rabbi Yehuda Tzvi Brandwein, who heard also from Rabbi Baruch Ashlag, in the name of Rabbi Yehuda Ashlag. The reason I say all those words, כל אומר דבר בשם ברו מביא גאולה לעולם, זה מאוד חשוב to say that. So we understand that, but let's go deeper. And I'm sorry if the lecture is a bit longer, it's important to finish that section. ועניין לידי עליית מלכות לבינה. This whole system need to be understood with something that repeats itself everywhere. When Malchut going up to Binah, נפקע כל מדרגה לבית חצאים. It separate or it doesn't say separate means מפריד, נפקעה. נפקעה is like when they built Jerusalem, they brought a tolat, shamir, it's called a shamir, and the shamir has a vibration. It only can be found by the bird called the duchifat. It's a special bird. It looks like the birds that make a hole in the wood. Woodpecker of Israeli woodpecker. It's very big, different. Has like a beautiful bird. It's called duchifat. It's the international bird of Israel. And it got the shamir. Shamir is a vibration to cut the stone. So that's called, to cut the stone in beki'ah, lifkoa, to turn one force into two. מלכות נפקעה כל מדרגה לבית חצאים. לכתר וחוכמה שנשאר במדרגה להיות מהמלכות, similar to the Aleph. So מלכות go up, כתר מלכות stay up, מעל המלכות לבינה ותום שנפגמו על ידי המלכות שעלתה וצאו ממנה המדרגה. And בינה, זר על פינו מלכות of before, is going down. So you have what we call tum, it's called tiferet, okay? בינה, tiferet ומלכות, tiferet is mean זר על פין, go down, and חוכמה, כתר חוכמה is up. וכן נעשה בכל המדרגות, it happened in all the level. ובזה נתקן הקטנות בכל המדרגות, so that's create קטנות. Why it's called קטנות? Because מלכות go a certain place, it create an end. If it's create an end, that's a new ending. And a new ending, יש קומה קטנה. ולעת גדלות, what is גדלות? נעשה זיווג אף סג, remember, the חוכמה and בינה are one together. So the זיווג of אף סג, in אדם קדמון, of course, you understand. When this happening, פנים בפנים, שבערת הזיווג יורד את המלכות למקום למטה. This type of zivug, this light that comes from the zivug, Malchut go back to its place. V'gimel הספירות, and the three ספירות, בינה ותום, remember he called them the three זרעים, different places, different names. גימל הספירות, בינה, תפארת ומלכות that were down, נטהרות, they purified. How they purified? With אור החוכמה, because the אור החוכמה מתאר. The אור החוכמה מתאר, it's such a light that no more קליפות, so it purified you. מפגם הדין שבמלכות, it purified from the judgment that exists in מלכות, והן חוזרות ועולות למדרגתם, they're going back to the place. Why is being מתאר? What the tahara that you need to do? Because the selfish desire, the selfish agenda is strong there. So when the selfish agenda is strong there, the selfish me and myself, and חס ושלום תורתו נעשתה לו סלם במוות, because he studied not for the sake of sharing, he studied for the sake of being important, or כבוד וכו', then of course, it's not ta'or, so the order chokhmah now go down, it's purified, everything will go into מדרגה, ונעשו שם בחינת שמאל של המדרגה. Now it's become the left column of the מדרגה. What mean left column of the מדרגה? Meaning it become the receiving aspect of the מדרגה. וכתר חוכמה עם הימין, and כתר וחוכמה become the right column of the מדרגה. וקו האמצעי המכריע הוא משווה בית הקווים ימין ושמאל שהיו זה וזה. So you have the center column like in shofar. We study in Rosh Hashanah. And the center column is make sure that the two forces shine one within the other. ויוכללו זה בזה, and we include with one each other. נעשה לזה מסך דחיריק. מסך דחיריק is like the shofar. Or by nukvim of tefillot of tzaddikim. It's many names to it. But it's a force that's coming from below to above, to union both aspects. Masach dechirik and the shofar usually cut the gar of kaf small, because gimel rishonot of kaf small is all the chumah. They cannot shine from above to below after tzimtzum, so you have to take the gar away. Now you have vav tzavot of left column, union through the center column with the right column, and everybody's happy. Almost like water and fire cannot be with each other, right? So you have to put a pot that's a center column. That's Rav Brandwein language to that. נעשה על ידי המסך דחיריק הממעט את קו שמאל לבחינת וו קצוות לחוכמה. So it's diminish the left column into וו קצוות לחוכמה. דהיינו שלא יאיר אלא ממטה למעלה. What does that even mean when you remove the gar and becoming only וו קצוות? Meaning that the light will not shine from above to below like what we call what it was before. The tzimtzum it will shine only from below to above. What is below to above? Meaning from me away. What is above to below? From outside to me. Cannot work anymore. That's it. No. Otherwise we have שבירת הכלים, we have broken of the vessel, like happened in כלים נקודים. וכדי שיוכל לקווה אמצעי לעורר את המסך דחיריק שבו היא צריך לדעת לזרם למעלה. How is the center column is awakening something that already exists and established? Where is the center column get the power to do such a thing? Yes, we say it, shofar and everything. Where you get the power? כי מאחר שכבר ידע מלכות דבינה ונתערו קיבל הכלים בינה וטוב מכל פגם. We already went through that. After the Bina and Tom went down, Malchut went up, everybody is happy. What does the center column want right now to do? מכל פגם. איך יכול קו האמצעי למעט שוב את הקו שמאל? How can the center column can diminish again the left column? בכוח המסך דחיריק. Through the מסך דחיריק, שהיא בחינת החזרת המלכות לבינה, which is bringing back the מלכות to בינה. The מלכות already been in בינה. That's the way it's purified, because מלכות represent all the desire to receive. A, the A תחתונה, A עליונה representing all desire to receive for the sake of sharing. That went through already. לכן התקין רדלה. מה זה רדלה? ראש דלא התיידע, את עצמו שמלכות שלו לא תצא מבינה. In Radla, there is a unique process. There, Malchut doesn't get out of Bina. It's getting out everywhere, but not in Radla. Le'olam. Never left Bina. So what does that mean happening there? ואין מבחינת הטהרה של קו השמאל. So you don't need to activate it, the purification of the left column, which is all the Chokhmah, or you don't have to cut the gar there and do the union between the two kavim. שלכן הוא נקרא רשע דלא יתיידע. For that reason we call it the head of the unknown head. רשע דלא יתיידע, לא ידוע. He doesn't know. כי לא נדע באורת חוכמה. There is no light of wisdom there. וכולו ימין, it's all right column, שהוא חסדים. it's all חסדים. חסדים there is no צמצום. ובזה נחלש גם כוח השמאל של מטה, וכמה אמצעי יכול למעטו. For that reason, the left column become diminished and not strong, and then the center column can go ahead and do such a thing. וזה אמרו ונטיל את נביאו ושקו מן הלילה ולכל צדילי אלא. And that's what it say, that it's come, that קוץ, that צ'ופצ'יק above, שהוא סוד קו ימין המאיר תמיד אפילו שהמדרגה היא בעת קטנות. is a right column that shine even when the מדרגה is in קטנות, meaning even when מלכות is up, ובאמצעיתה, and in the middle, שהוא חסדים שברדלה. why you say אמצעיתה? אמצעיתה. אמצעיתה mean middle, or אמצעות, through that. שהוא סוד החסדים שברדלה, which is the חסדים of רדלה. why חסדים in רדלה? because there is not left column exist, and מלכות stay there forever, in above. הנמשכים לקו האמצעי, על ידי המסך דחיריק שבו. So when you מעורר את הבשר דחיריק מלמטה, from below, it's connecting to the above of the chasadim. And through that, you are able to do what you're able to do with the left column. בכל הדילי לטאטה, שהוא סוד הערת קו השמאל שהם בינה, תפארת מלכות שחזרו ועלו למדרגתן. And that's affect the בינה, תפארת ומלכות, that went down, and now they go up, after חוכמה ובינה, in אדם קדמון, או אף סג, פנים בפנים went and brought מלכות down, but in רדלה, there is no change. וכאן נחית כשיורדת לקבל את המוחין דפנים, בסוד לחי מעטית עצמך, when she's going there to receive the light from the front, when she was told, go and make yourself smaller, remember, after she make herself smaller, that means she is now receiving from the left column of Binah, and Zerapin receiving from the right column of Binah, נחית כלילה מתלת טיפין. So she's receiving from three column. What is the three column we're talking about? שהוא שורת לגימל קווים ימין שמאל ואמצע, we just said three column, but what three column? באו זמן האתמר בה הולך סגולתה. This is the סגולתה. How is the סגולתה look like? סגולתה זה טעמים ששם הקו האמצע הוא למעלה, רבותיי. The center column of סגולתה, if you look at it, is three dot, but the dot in the middle is up. It's not like סגול when the dot in the middle is below. So you have right, left, and center. That's the normal. חסד גבורה, תפארת. חוכמה, בינה, דעת. No. Here, in that level of ראש דלא את ידע, we are talking about different idea. That קו אמצעי הוא למעלה. Because it never went down. שאין כך בסוגול דנקודות, שמורה שהקו האמצעי הוא למטה מבית הקווים ימין ושמאל. ואת כרת יוד יוד יוד, we call it יוד יוד יוד, לברכת הכהנים, בתלת יודין, הרומזים על ג' הקווים, that indicate the three column system. יוד היא לאה, היא על רישה, the upper יוד is on top, the Aleph, די הוא כתר עליון על כל עילאין, כי נודע שבעת שהמלכות עלתה לבינה בסוד יוד, נכנסה באור הבינה והתמיין מאור לאוויר. So we are looking at it now differently. Because במלכות, first I read the Aramית, יוד עילה היא על רישה the Aleph, the Yud, this is the Yud that went up to the head of the Aleph, meaning above the line, that represents, as we say before, Keter Chuma, but right now we say the Keter Elyon al Kol Ilain. We are now talking about the crown above everything, which is Rosh Delo Et Yada. כי נודע שבעת שהמלכות עלתה לבינה בסוד יוד תלכת באור הבינה, then באור לאוויר. So we know that we say before that when the Yud go up, it turn אור לאוויר. So what does that mean? שנכנס באור הבינה, אף על פי שלעת גדלות הבינה חוזרת, היוד למקומה, זה אמור רק ביסות. So when it say that the malchut go back to its place, or בינה זה רבים במלכות go to its place, we are talking about יסות. Only in יסות, which is the half of the lower part of אבא ואמא. Because it's מתחלק. We say נפקע. Everything is divided. ולא באבא ואמא. When we talk about אבא ואמא, אילאין, אבא ואמא, אילאין, father and mother, the upper father and mother, which is in האצילות, שבהם נשאר המלכות קבועה. There, what we call ראש דלא את ידה. This doesn't change. ואינה יוצאת מהאוויר שלהם לעולם. Never changed them. והיא נעשית למלכות דאבא ואמא. And that's become the מלכות of אבא ואמא, זה לנו מבחינת יוד של שם הוויה. That's the יוד of שם הוויה. Now you know why the יוד of שם הוויה start with the יוד. Where is that יוד came from? If it's נקודה אמצעית, which is מלכות, it came from the מלכות that went up and never went down. ונודע שמלכות העליון נעשה כתר לתחתון. Now if that's the מלכות of אבא ואמא, that's become the new keter to the belower. So if we talk about this is the Yud, is the Malchut of Abba Ve'ima, it's also in a way the keter of Yasut. ישראל סמוד תבונה. נמצא שמלכות נעשה כתר אל יסות. וזה אמרו די כתר עליון על כל עילאים. That's why it said this keter is above all the כתרים. דיינו יסות וזון. It become the keter of ישראל סמוד תבונה, אין זכר ונקבה, ולבטה נחית באמצעיתה נובלת של חלט בנוקבה, שבגופה זה רמפין בסוד מחצית השקל. And this is in the middle. In the middle. What does that mean in the middle? I need to to explain it, because middle, if you look at the Abba ve'Ima, Yisrael Sabbath Vuna, it's one system, it's actually in the middle, because that's the end of Abba ve'Ima and the beginning of Yisrael Sabbath Vuna. Where is this all take place? In the chest, in a way, if you think about it. Because Yisrael Sabbath Vuna below, and Abba ve'Ima above. So we call it Machatzit HaShekel. Now you know Machatzit HaShekel. Shabbat Shkalim, so Machatzit HaShekel is after Rosh Chodesh Adar. This is the Machatzit HaShekel because it's divided. Or we can call it Nekudat HaSharuk, Vav and Nekuda. So when you have Shuruk, is Vav and Nekuda. What is the Vav? Zer Anpin. What is the Nekuda? Malchut, the Nukva of Zer Anpin. ששניהם יונקים מבינה, both of them taken for בינה, שני מלאכים יחדיו. ונעתלה מתאמן בעמודה הייתה, and it's receiving from the center column, כי זר אנפין לוקח חסדים מקו ימין, זר אנפין taken דרך חסדים מקו ימין, from the right column, דבינה, נוקבה הנפרדת לוקחת את האורות דקו שמאל, נוקבה נפרדת, היא קוראת נוקבה נפרדת, female that is separate, not the נוקבה of זר אנפין, that eventually join the נוקבה of זר אנפין. taken from the left column, דבינה כמו הנוקבה שבגופה דזר אנפין, וכמה שנתחברו, לנוקבה אחת, they become one. ולבטר נחית לדתה בהתראה, היינו לאחר המיעוט שיורדת למטה מיסוד זר אנפין, after it become a מיעוט, and go below the יסוד of זר אנפין, like it was in the roots, in the beginning, למטה מזר אנפין, יוד היא נתתה מן א', that's the יוד below the א', ואז מקבל להראותה מן זר אנפין, במוחין דפנים ופנים. And now, the מלכות can receive, after you fix all this, the process, now can receive פנים בפנים. That's the purpose, that eventually the זר אנפין and מלכות will be panim bepanim. Thank you very much for listening. See you next time.